Now, what is your opinion on adlibs in a song?
Ad-libs is the most important part, if not like it's not the most important part, but it's one of the most important parts of making a song. Because you can have that lyric. Like if you think Migos, when they hit that mama, like man, that just changed the whole trajectory of the song. So like ad-libs is one of the most important parts.
Now, when it comes to adlibs for you and your music, do you have a strategy with them?
Nah, like ad libs is a freestyle. It's like it go with how you feel, what verse in the song. Like ad lib, it can't be picked. It just you just go with the flow of.
Now, was going to ask you this next question, but may know the answer here because of that answer you just provided, but we'll still ask you formally anyways. Despite the freestyling, do you have a signature adlib by any chance?
Lil Donald. That's an ad lib to me, man. That's a tag ad lib all that.
Now, obviously, this is in reference to your stage name, but this trajectory, or however way you want to describe the way you say your stage name as this adlib, how did that even come about? What's the story or the origin behind that?
Nothing. I just was literally trying to find a cool way to say my name, like, cause it's already Donald. Like it's not like a household name when it comes to being a rapper. Like who gonna name themselves Donald? You feel what I'm saying? So it was like I was finding a cool way to put it together.
Now, were you the first recording artist to display the sound of the way this adlib is like that?
I ain't never heard nobody say it like I said. I ain't never heard nobody roll it off like that. Lil Donald. Like I ain't heard nobody like say they name like that.
And what's been the response to that? The way you say this adlib?
Man, that's like people love it. Like I remember being on the road with Future, he used to repeat it over and over. Anybody who see me or greet me, they say my ad lib the way I say my name. They don't just what's up, Lil Don? They be like Lil Don. Like soon as they see me, that's like they greet me with my ad lib of how I say my name.
And even though you were the first to, as far as you know, display this adlib sonically as you do, have you heard others emulate or copy this since then?
Nah, I don't really listen to other people how they say their name. Like I be like I'm a one track mind person. Like I be focused on myself and what I'm doing. Like I don't be having time to listen to what everybody else doing.
Even though you just provided the example of the Migos and their signature adlib, or one of their signature adlibs.
Yeah, but like that's like you couldn't get away from that moment. Like it's certain moments you can't get away from. When you hear something in the club or you out in the club and you hear it, like it stick to you. But like I ain't just listening to how everybody else say they thing.
Now, when it comes to collaborating with other recording artists, have you added your adlibs to another artist's verse on the same song?
Yeah, if I come on, if I'm doing a feature, if I'm on somebody's song, I'm definitely putting that on there. Like when they come in, cause that's how people gonna know, like that's him.
But aside from just coming in and making yourself known on the song with an upcoming verse, have you ever added your adlibs, even freestyling them, to another person's verse on the same song? So are you sprinkling your adlibs on another person's verse on the same song?
Oh no, no.
What is your opinion of that? Because there are some recording artists that do that.
I think it's dope. Like it's an art. So sometimes people ad libs is like their signature. Like you say, Migos ad libs or Future ad libs or anybody that got like memorable ad libs is like, hey boy, I need to put that in the background of my song that I just made. So it works. It's the art.
Now, despite the collection of songs that you have today, has that ever crossed your mind to do something of that nature? Have you been asked to do that by another recording artist and just haven't? Maybe you have, it just didn't sound good.
Nah, I ain't nobody, like I ain't never thought to do that. Like I don't really like I be trying to find out what to do different. Like if I see something already being done, it's like, all right, what can I do that ain't been done?
Now, what are your thoughts on a song with another artist's ad libs, but no hook or verse from them on that song?
So just a ad lib.
It's just their ad libs, and I can provide you an example if you'd like.
Uh I think that'll be hard. Like Cause I've heard songs that's like really not a full song, but it's just chants of, certain words.
Well, I meant more something of this nature. Kanye West has a song called "Can't Tell Me Nothing."
Mm.
Jeezy ad-libs, but no Jeezy hook or verse on that song.
That was dope. That was dope. Yeah, that was dope. Like I said, it's all about the art. So it's like if it works for what you're trying to do, and then see with Kanye, he's a producer. So production wise, he thought that through. Like, hey, I need these Jeezy ad libs. You feel what I'm saying? I think Beyonce be doing that. Like, I think a lot of people do that.
That is correct. The Carters, which is Jay-Z and Beyonce together, have a song called "Ape Shit." Migos ad-libs, but no hook or verse from the Migos on that song.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's other examples of this as well. Now, have you been asked to ever do this yourself? Just someone wanting your ad libs on a song? And it might not even be your signature of your name, but just you
Hmm.
freestyling on their ad libs, but no hook or verse from you, or vice versa. Have you ever had a song where you've had someone's ad libs, but no hook or verse from them?
Yeah, I've had, like people ad libs, or I've had females do ad libs, and just for their softness of their voice or whatever, but I ain't did it for nobody.
And has any of that music publicly been available, seen the light of day? Some of those examples you just
Oh
provided.
yes, on my new project, it's a female on there making like noises and doing stuff on one of the songs. So yeah, on the new album.
And do you tell this person going in that that's all you want from them is just
Yeah, for sure. Like, hey, I need you to go in the booth and say this, or do this, or make this noise, or say this. Yeah.
now, this person in particular, are they a recording artist as well?
Sometimes they don't even be artists. It just be random people who have a voice that I like.
But in this particular instance, this song that you're referencing on your new album, was this a recording artist or just one of those type of people you
Just
just
one of
described?
those type of people. Just I like the day voice.
Got it. Now, asked you a lot of questions here. Is there anything else just on the subject of ad libs you weren't asked or something you want to add just to that subject matter there?
Nah.
And that song, just to rewind, what is the name of that song for those in the audience that want to listen to that song in particular of that female? And do you want to name them or shout them out perhaps?
It's called Ola A. Yeah, it's called Ola A, man.
Okay, now moving forward, still on the subject of music here. When it comes to your music catalog, at this point, what's been your biggest song so far?
Man, ain't nothing top do better yet. Like, ain't nothing top do better than what that did to music. I watched that song literally change the trajectory of what people were making. Like, I seen artists shift from making street music to making female music. Like, it was like I made men like love on women again for a little while when I with the impact of that record.
Now, is this just an assumption here, or have other recording artists actually given you your flowers and told you this?
Yeah, no, they actually give me my flowers and literally be like, boy, you the reason I started making female music. Like, and then you could see the impact. You could see it when it wasn't no female music out or men even catering to women. Now it's like all of a sudden everybody doing it. And that shows you like what you got and what you've done.
Now, when it comes to this song, are there any unknown facts or stories in regards to it that's never been publicly mentioned before?
Um, do better.
Could be in regards to creating it, recording it, or releasing it.
Oh, I recorded it in the closet. Like I literally recorded that song at my engineer named Libby's house. It was literally a house, and I recorded that song in the closet.
Now, those in the audience that are also recording artists themselves or up and coming recording artists have heard that phrase. Hey, I recorded this in a closet. And different closets are all not equal to one another. Are you able to describe this closet in particular, how it looked, what was in it for maybe sound purposes and things of that
Yeah,
nature?
like it was a literal closet. Like it was a amount of space that you would have in like a regular house closet, not like a big old booth. Not like no, it was like he just put the little pads up in the closet, and it was a closet. He had the mic in the closet in a house. Like it's a real house.
So those vocals that one would listen to this song right now if they pulled it up on a DSP, were recorded in that closet. It wasn't redone at another point for
No,
another
he
take.
recorded it in the closet. Libby is an amazing engineer. Like he was dope. I was like, when he told me he was at the house recording this and the booth was in the closet when I pulled up, I'm like, you recording it here? And he like, yeah. So some of these engineers don't get the just due that they deserve because they do amazing work for us. He made me sound like I recorded that song at one of the biggest studios in the world.
Now, what do you think's been the biggest studio you've been to at
Uh,
this point in your career?
that closet, for real. Like those be like I don't like big studios. Like I don't like big old boards, touch screen. Like it takes away that authenticity. You feel what I'm saying?
Now, are there any other secrets, any other Easter eggs, hidden facts nobody publicly knows about this song aside from what you just provided?
Nah, I kind of like spoke on majority of everything we do better, like how, I didn't like the song, it wasn't a song for me to put out that I made it for a friend of mine. Like I kind of like really, I'm outspoken with everything when it comes to my music.
Now, did you know when you were creating, recording, or releasing this song that it was going to be one of your biggest songs, if not the biggest, in your current music catalog?
I had no idea. Like, and when artists say that and be like, "Oh, I knew this," like I had no idea. I didn't even want to put the song out because I was a street guy. I come from the streets. I was raised in the streets. I felt like this record would hinder me. Like I felt like it would take away everything far as street credibility or street love or dudes was gonna be like, "Oh, you this or you that," and knowing like like, bro, this ain't, this ain't me, but that record did exactly what I knew it was gonna do. It took away like the whole, but he ain't from the streets, he this, he this, he that. Like, nah, bro, that ain't what it is. But it is what it is.
And what specifically led this song to get as far as it has today compared to your other songs in this catalog?
Um, just the pain behind it, like I was standing up for women, going through situations and just keeping it real with women. Like we don't protect our women enough. And I felt like that song was like a step for me, like speaking up, like, man, y'all love these women, protect them. You ain't gotta hurt them. They been through enough, giving women motivation and giving them guidance into believing and loving themselves again and saying that they don't have to deal with certain things, that somebody gonna love you. It's just like when you putting power into somebody and their life, it's a different type of feeling.
Now, just to cross the T's and dot the I's here, was it a particular platform you released it on perhaps back then?
Nah, it was just I was on Instagram or Facebook. It was a video of somebody beating up their girlfriend, and somebody put the song behind it, and it made it go viral.
And what platform was that? That it
That was Instagram, but it was through this app called the Repost app. You remember like how you used to have to use that app to repost videos, and I just reposted the video.
and you threw your song on it, or they already had
No,
your song on it?
they already had my song on it, and I just reposted the video.
Now, speaking of Instagram here, speaking of Facebook here, for those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time as well, care to share your screen names on both of those platforms as well?
Lil Donald on Instagram, one Don Soza. Twitter, I am Lil Donald. Man, Google Lil Donald.
Now, was it a cosign from someone on this song at all that helped propel it to become one of your biggest songs in your catalog at all?
Nah, that song literally grew legs and ran its course on its own. Like that record was huge. Somebody did shout it out. I can't call his name right now. But somebody did shout it out.
Was it a marketing strategy of some sort back then for this song?
No marketing strategy, no none of that. I was just running ads on Instagram. I did run ads. I used to do like $100 a day on Instagram and ads. And I probably spent $600-700 a week.
And you had done this same ad routine with other songs of yours as well?
Nah, this was the first time this was when Instagram first started doing ads. And when I dropped that song, that's when as I started seeing it, and I was like, I'm gonna just try it, you know. And I tried it would do better.
Do you think that had something to do with propelling the song as far as it has
Yeah,
today?
for sure. Ads is the best thing that you can have as anything. If you pay attention, Netflix has ads now. Everything has ad. Advertising is always a great thing. So it's like you're paying to show more of an audience. So it was definitely a great tool for that song.
And have you implemented that same ad strategy with other songs of yours since then?
Yes, I do, but I have to see certain things with the records before I start running ads. Like I like to see stuff move organically. Like when people grasp on to something organically, that's when you enhance it and then you run ads and you do this and you do that.
And pardon the brain fog here, but was there a sample on this beat at all?
No, I don't think no, it was no sample.
Were you assigned to a distribution company or record label at the time?
Nope. I was distributing through what is it? Is it TuneCore? What's the distribution company? Yeah, TuneCore, I think.
Do you credit them at all for this song's success?
Nah, I can't give nobody credit. The song is the credit. Like the song and the engineer. I get a credit to the producer, the engineer, and the lyrics. And I ain't even, you feel what I'm saying? The lyrics didn't even come from me. It came from my friend's situation. So I just kind of like put it together for my friend. So I give her more credit than I give myself.
Now, speaking of this friend of yours, how are they doing at this point in their life? Do you still keep up with this person? Things of that nature?
Yeah, we talk, but like life runs its course and people go they ways, but like she's in my prayer because like she really is a part of my life, growing and elevating. So like I gave her a plaque and everything.
What's been her reaction to the song initially? Uh, and did you let her know about this before you even put it out? Because there was a time you didn't think you were going to put it out, if memory serves me here as
Yeah,
what your
she
details
she
are.
encouraged it. She encouraged the record being out. She encouraged the music. She loved my music. She support my music. She's like one of my biggest fans. So yeah.
Do you want to share this person's name at all?
Nah, I don't put people's name in there. I don't know what they got going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Got it. And pardon the brain fog here as well. Was there a music video released for this song?
Yes, I did release a music video. I think I shot it like in a country town at a house. But yeah, like man, I think I paid like 10,000 for that video.
Do you think it was the visual at all that led to this song's success or just the audio itself?
The audio, but the video was definitely a dope asset to it. But a lot of people still haven't seen the video. A lot of people don't even know a video exists. So they just show you the record is so big that people didn't even like look up the video. They just was in love with the record. But the video did amazing too. But it's a lot of people that I'd be like, so you like the video? And they'd be like, I didn't even see the video.
And pardon the brain fog here once again, but there was a remix released for this
Yes.
featuring T.I.
Yeah, T.I. Hit me and was like, man, I like the record. He put a verse on it, man, and I released it.
Now, there are some that don't release remixes to their songs. What was your opinion on creating? Were you having that same sort of mind frame with this initially before this Ti scenario? Like you weren't going to do a remix to it, or was that a thought and then the Ti just kind of fell in your lap, so to speak?
Yeah, T.I., that's Atlanta, man. That's legendary. So like with me, it's like if anybody come to me to get on a song, I would give it to my Atlanta native before anybody else because like we from the same city. We supposed to build each other up and keep the love in the city. So T.I. legendary and one of the guys that I looked up to being in this music business. So it was like it was a dope experience and a blessing for me for him to even reach out. You get what I'm saying? So it was just the best move for me.
And then when it comes to remixes, there's some artists that have a variety of artists on a remix. In this particular instance, it was just one artist, just Ti
Yeah,
himself.
just T.I. Yeah.
Was there a thought on adding others? Were there others that were interested in doing this same proposal to
I
you?
had reached out to K Michelle a couple times, and we were supposed to make it happen, but it just be a lot going on. But I still would want to remix from K Michelle to just do the hook and do new verses.
And do you think this remix helped propel the song further?
Like I said, I don't think nothing propelled that song, but actually the movement behind it, the women that loved the song. I think the women they made this song as big as it is.
And how soon does T.I. reach out with this proposal?
It was like at the height of the record, like when it was like the record was scorching.
And last question here about this song. Uh, Sometimes people do a continuation of songs, like a part two, part
hmm
three, things of that nature. Was there ever a thought on continuing this
So
story?
it is a part two. It's a part two out right now. Doing amazing actually. Trending all across the world. So yeah, so it's a part two. They asked me for part three, but I don't think I'm gonna do a part three. If I do a part three, it would be K Michelle doing it or somebody else remaking it.
And pardon my brain fog there, but what's the title of the part two, if it's something specific, or the body of work it sits on, if there is?
Yeah, it's just Do Better Part Two.
And how soon do you create something of that nature?
It was like the 5 year mark. Yeah, so it was like, okay, it's been 5 years. I can give y'all some more motivation.
Now, anything else you want to mention about this song or question you weren't asked, people want to know just about that itself.
You know,
And as big as this song has been for you, are there any flaws in this song whenever you listen to it again?
nah, I don't think it could be no way I made that song any different. Like, I think it was literally a perfect body of art. Like, I really do.
Now, can you explain to the audience everything they need to know about Nobody Knows Me?
See this project right here, it was like more personal. Like I had a couple situations where I just felt like people was playing with me, and I had a little internet situation where like I had to get out of character. And I said, people was like, nah, I ain't know you was like this, or I ain't know you get like this, and I ain't know you be on that. And like a lot of people don't know me for real. So it was like, man, I shouldn't have put that on Lil Donald image. So I had to find like a separation to where, all right, we're gonna leave Lil Donald over there. Who is this other person going to be, because you have this person in you and you hide it from the rest of the world, and you don't want this person to keep coming out and then people judging you. So I had to find a way to show people this person without it killing the persona of Lil Donald. Like, man, I want to show these rats too. I want to let them know I'm having paper. I want to pop my, I want to show them that I come from this too. But how do I do that without ruining Lil Donald image? And it was Soze.
Now, was this a name you've always had for this alter ego, for lack of a better phrase?
Nah, one of the OGs from Good Life named Ghost. I was telling him, the situation and how I wanted to rebrand myself, and he was like, "Man, go watch this movie called Usual Suspect." And it was this dude that everybody looked at, and he didn't look like a criminal, he didn't look like a gangster, he didn't give off gangster, he didn't give off this, but he was the mastermind behind everything that happened. And that's me. Like, I never wanted to be recognized for being street or hustling or trapping or none of that. I was always smart. So the dude name was like Kaiser Soze. So I took Dunn and I put the Soze behind it.
Now, I use the phrase alter ego here. Was that the correct terminology, or is there a different phrase you
No,
consider
yeah,
this name?
it's the alter ego.
And is this going to be a name you use in the future, or is this just for this particular body of work?
Nah, I think Soze go here to stay. Like, because I just like, it's a rebrand. It's like, and then it's gonna be so the trailer, Soze kidnap Lil Donald, tie him up, and tell him like, man, I'm handling it from here on out. Now to keep it going, we gonna let Lil Donald drop some music here and there for the women, but right now Soze in control of the whole situation.
And speaking of this trailer, where can those in the audience hearing about this for the first time go and watch that?
It's on Instagram and it's YouTube.
And care to share those handles or screen names for both of those social media platforms there?
Just Lil Donald.
Now, speaking of the name Little Donald, if one were trying to find this body of work and they looked up Little Donald on a DSP, for example, they would find this project.
Yes, sir. They
But
gonna find it anyway.
the phrase Little Donald is not on the actual artwork itself.
Yeah, nah. So it's under the name Lil Donald, but Don Soza is the brand. So you could type in Lil Donald, Don Soza, whichever one is gonna come up.
Now, when it comes to this project, do you consider this an album or a mixtape?
It's an album, because like it's not just street music. It's a real body of art. Like it's really painting a picture of the streets. You feel what I'm saying? So this is a real album. It's like it's giving everything that it need to be given on this project.
And why not something shorter, perhaps like an EP, instead of the album route for this?
I had something to prove. Like I had to show them like 16 songs straight. I could give you real music. Like not no 5 songs where anybody could put 5 songs together who got talent. Can you go 16 without them skipping the song? And I got 16 songs that it's a no skip.
Now, before we go further, just to wrap some things up here in regards to the title and its meaning, you've already shared all of that information up until this point, but was this something that you personally came up with as far as the Nobody Knows Me title, the Don Soze alter ego, or did somebody coin any of this stuff for you?
Yeah, like I told you, the homie Good Life Ghost told me to go watch the movie, and that helped me come up with the idea, and then Devyne Stevens, cool friend of mine's, man, gave me some advice on just like the alter ego thing, like, man, recreate yourself. You one of the hardest artists in the city. You didn't put the most work in. You didn't did everything. I know dudes from the streets who know you be outside, know you didn't trap, know you didn't did this. So why you hiding it? And he just told me, bro, you gotta come out that shell and show it. You feel me?
Now, was this title, was this alter ego created before you start working on this project? Was it created in the midst of it, or was it created after this body of work was completed?
Nah, it was created in the midst of it. Like just once I got the name, then it took a little while, and then the title of the project hit me. First the Don Soze came, then it was like, what you gonna name it? But then it's like you on here showing a whole different side of you that people haven't seen. When you had that little situation on the internet, you showed a side of you that people hadn't seen. And everybody thought they knew me from Do Better. Like, oh, yeah, this the Do Better guy. He's the old romantic, cool dude. He ain't like that, woo, woo. Now it's like, well, you got to show them folks stuff that don't nobody know you. Because when I tripped out on the internet, they like, man, who is this guy? But they don't know me for real.
And that tripping out happened on what platform as well?
It was everywhere. I tripped out everywhere.
Now, were there any scrap titles for this project before the final decision making?
Nah, it was like when something come together with me, like, bro, God put it together. So it just be like it get put together easy. Like I don't second guessing. Ain't no rethinking about it. It's like, but it's it. Nobody know me. It's like for real. Like, cause if you think about it, like if you look at the streets, like everything is glorified for the people who go to jail, or the people who get caught for committing murders, or the people who get caught for doing this. But that make you more gangster because you got caught, or it make you more gangster because you kept it under the wraps and you were smooth with it, and you were smart enough to not get in trouble, not go to jail. You were smart enough to, when you got older, to get that gun in your name, stay out of trouble long enough to get your fire in your name. So if somebody try to harm you, you catch you self-defense. Or you get what I'm saying? Like it's like, is it cooler to be smart, or is it cooler to be dumb? Cause that's what the streets made. It's cooler to be dumb. I get looked at like, oh, you ain't street, you ain't gangster, cause I ain't tell nobody I was trapping. Because I went on my plays by myself. Like it don't make sense to me. Like, so I just had to let them know, man, I done did everything y'all done did times 10. and I'm still standing, and I ain't got no stain on my name, and I'm straight for real.
Now, as far as the artwork for this album, can you explain the concept behind that?
Oh man, it's like this me as a kid, you know, like this me as a kid. Like if you know me from this point right here. Like if you really know me. So when you see that picture, you like, is that him? Like that kid? You feel what I'm saying? It's like, do you know that kid? Nobody knows that kid.
And how'd you come up with choosing that picture of you in particular?
Just chopping it up with one of my buddies, man, and he just like, hey, bro, you need to go one of your baby pictures on that thing. Cause I was just gonna put one of my regular pictures, but he was like, go baby picture on that. You feel what I'm saying? And then that picture right there, I was in a picture with somebody. You feel what I'm saying? And I just loved that picture.
Was this the first time you implemented a baby picture cover art?
Nah, I've used baby pictures of me before.
What's the response to that? There are some artists that don't go that route.
You know, baby pictures always show like history. You know, like it always make people be like, dang, that's how he looked when he was a kid. Cause everybody's seeing the full product, but it's like, dang, what he used to look like back then.
What's your opinion on other artwork that are out there of people with their baby pictures, but maybe their current jewelry is draped on that picture, or their current tattoos of their face are intertwined with that picture of the baby of themselves?
I think that's dope. Like they just show like this is me, and you know, like I was this from birth. You know, like I this ain't nothing that I turned into. I was born this.
And care to share the graphic designer behind this artwork?
I can't call his name off the bat. Yeah, he's somebody new that I'm working with.
And one rewind to the baby picture. Was this something that you had readily available, or is this something you had to dig up, or maybe get family members to dig up for
Yeah,
you?
like this is something that I had available. It was one of my favorite pictures of me as a kid.
But had never publicly shown it previous to this
No, that
cover
was
art.
my first time showing.
Now, are there any unknown facts or stories in regards to this album that's never been publicly mentioned before, up until this point?
Everything on this project is like new. You know, like people don't know that like that I lived this type of lifestyle growing up. And a lot of people I kept it under wraps, like, while you trap, while you was selling this, while you were doing that, I didn't care if people knew. Now that I'm out of it, anybody can know. Like I don't care. Like I can't go to jail for what I've done and got away from. You get what I'm saying? So it's like now it's like, hey, boy, I'm revealing what I've done and what I've did in the streets when I was growing up, that I was smart enough to be smooth with it, you know?
Now, you've explained why now, but prior to now, when you were active, were there others around you encouraging you to talk about that lifestyle as you were active with it?
Yeah. And it's like it was like everybody like, boy, why you doing the female stuff? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Like in the height of Do Better, I was still outside in the streets. I didn't have like when Do Better was the hottest that it was, I wasn't making no money for real. I was still trapping and hustling. So it was like I was still trying to make money to keep the Do Better thing going. So I didn't want to rap about what I had going on, because if you pay attention, look at what it done to the community of rap. Look how many people in court fighting cases about their lyrics. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, man, people don't understand that when you in the booth and you rapping this stuff, it's from your mind, sometimes from your heart, and sometimes it's from third party situations, but it's dangerous. Because when you get in that booth and you rapping and you pouring your feelings out, or you say something about a family member, or you say something about some stuff you did, it can be turned and used against you. So now it's like I've been knew that, I've been seeing that. You get what I'm saying? I seen that when I was younger, when they hit the studio that I was working at. So it's like, man, it's dangerous when you putting that pain and that struggle and that street stuff in that art, and they bring it up in that courtroom.
What are the responses or reactions from those that said, while you were active and encouraging you to talk about your active lifestyle at the time, to put it uh, on wax, as they say, and you refraining from that, and now seeing the repercussions of some of these recording artists where their lyrics are held against them, and obviously in your situation, not because you didn't talk about it at the time.
Man, everybody who know me know I'm smart. So, you know, they'll see it now and be like, boy, hey, boy, boy, hey, boy, you smart. Boy, you be thinking. I be 10 steps ahead. Like I'm always ahead of what's going on. Like when my studio got hit, like God gave me that feeling like, hey, boy, don't it's time to take a break from it. You feel me? And when they hit the studio and everybody got locked up, through God's grace, I wasn't there because he told me to give it a break. You get what I'm saying? So it's always a blessing to listen to yourself and say, hey, God telling me don't do this. Hey, don't go over that girl house tonight. Hey, don't go hang with them at the club at the spot tonight. Like, man, you listen to God, man, you gonna be all right. So it's like, man, now they like, this what we've been waiting on. This is what we want. And that's cool. I can get that to y'all now because it ain't nothing that it can't get me locked up. I ain't trapping for real. I ain't standing at the store on Gresham for real. I ain't catching no play at the store right now. So it's like, it's cool.
Now, because you've waited, and now this type of music is coming out, this is a hypothetical question here. But had you talked about your active lifestyle way back when, do you think you would have been bigger culturally, in the community, more popular? Your music would have seen higher heights than where it currently has?
I probably would have, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's people that can vouch for what I've done and what I do and who spots I've been at and who, like it's people that can vouch for it, but it's like that ain't what I want my legacy to be. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't want my legacy to be based off, street stuff or, because guess what? When you build that legacy, it's a lot come with it. Look at what all the street artists go through right now and what they going through. You feel what I'm saying? You got to understand what come with it. So it's like, hey man, do you want that to be your legacy? Because I didn't seen legacies get built up and tore down from that street. You feel what I'm saying?
Speaking of legacy, what do you want your legacy to be?
What I do for my community, what I've done for my community, the people lives that I've changed, the people that I've built up, the people that lives I saved. Like I got a producer, a dude who he's like manager for producers. And he reached out to me and he said, hey man, Lil Donald, you saved my life. Your song Suicide saved my life. At a dark place in my life, your song saved me. I have women come to me and say, hey, boy, when you did that Do Better, boy, you made me get out this abusive situation where I was getting hurt. Hey man, when you just dropped that song when you were talking about what you're going through with your kids and this pain about being in the streets, boy, it made me want to get out the streets. You feel what I'm saying? But this project right here is just a connect back to the streets. Like, boy, stop playing. I'm him. I've been through that. I did that. I lived that. So don't try to act like I ain't that. You feel me? But hey, man, it's another way.
Now, speaking of lives, there are some that will come out, give you your flowers, and actually tell them, or tell you, excuse me, that your music has saved them in some sort of capacity.
Mhm.
And then there are others that may have had these thoughts but have not actually told you these words. How many people that you can recall or recount have actually told you your music in some sort of capacity has actually saved their lives?
I can't even. It's not even an amount. It's so many. Like I can't even count. If I try to give you an amount, I'd be telling a lie. It's so many people, and it's so many artists that give me my respect off outside of social media, and all I like they won't like nothing or repost you, but they'll tell you when they see you. Like, and that's what killed me about this city and these people. It's like, why give me respect out of people's view? Who you hiding your respect for me from? Like it's like me saying, "Hey DJ Smallz, bro, I love your platform, but I won't go repost now one of your videos." And that's what Atlanta then turned into, like a whole lot of artists that look up to you or be on your page getting ideas from you, but they won't repost your music. They won't show you no love. They'll go show love to artists from out of town before they show it to somebody that's right here in the city. And ain't no rat stuff on my name. Ain't no, no feminine stuff on my name. Ain't none of that on my name. So it's like, boy, why the city ain't behind me? You feel me? Because I stood up to people that I wasn't gonna let play with me.
Now, just to be fair, were you ever one of those artists once upon a time yourself where you did the side thing? You gave someone their flowers privately, but not publicly.
I always been the person to show love to everybody. I still post artists that don't even have a name on my platform. I do it now, and I got more money than I ever had. You feel me? I got more views and more support than I ever had, and I still pull artists in and be like, "Hey, boy, this the hot stuff." Even when I was coming up, Armoretta, I put her on my platform, did music with her. Young Nudy, when he first wanted to start rapping, I was like, "Hey, bro, pull up to the studio. We did a song." Like, man, 217 when he started producing, "Hey, bro, come on." You feel me? Man, I been showing love, so it's like, damn, why I don't get my love back? Like, why ain't nobody posting my album that I supported first? Why I can't get y'all on the phone? Why I can't get none of that love back? Like, it'd be crazy, boy. But I ain't gonna never start showing love because that's who I am. I ain't do it for the support back, but the support back would be nice.
Do you have any idea, a hypothesis, why you are not receiving your flowers publicly instead of privately?
Um, a lot of it be, a lot of it be women, like they might see they female liking your post or they baby mama supporting you, or it could be somebody who don't like you that they cool with. Like, I feel like this, bro. If it ain't no blood shed behind it, it ain't nobody died, why you acting feminine and not rocking with me cause that man don't like me? You feel me? Like, if it ain't no bloodshed or I ain't disrespected you on no level of to hurt your brand or what you got going on, why you over there? I ain't going to do nothing with Lil Donald. Or if I'm a DJ, I ain't playing Lil Donald music cause what a name don't like him, bro. The city done got soft.
Now, is there anyone that has given you your flowers publicly that you are proud of? Is there anyone that's given you your flowers publicly that you are happy to see that done?
Russ. Yeah, Russ, the dude Russ, man, he got on radio, man, and did an interview and gave me respect and love. But far as like major artists, like that's the artist that's the only artist that got on a big platform and said, "Hey, man, Lil Donald is that." He's creative. He made great music and like even like the big artists that I have worked with. You feel what I'm saying? I worked with Ludacris, T.I., I worked with Pee Wee Longway, I worked with Rich Homie Quan, I worked with all these folks. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's an artist thing to where it's like, boy, if I ain't getting no piece of that, then I ain't doing all that. And that's what I think ruined music, man. It's like, man, you ain't gotta make no money off of it to say that's hard or just get on your page and make a post. Everything's so monetized, they done messed up the money. We could be make the city of Atlanta used to be so, hey man, if this hard, I'm with it. If this hard, everything now, everybody want a percentage, and it's cool. You can get a percentage, but hey man, show some love.
Now, just to be fair here, if someone hasn't publicly given you your flowers, but they do a song with you that is public, is that the same as giving one's flowers or no?
It's not the same because you don't know if I paid him or not for that song. So it's like people will see a feature and be like, "Oh, he shot him a couple bucks to get on that song." They don't know. So it's like if you give me a feature and I put it out and everybody hear it, right? But you don't post it, it defeats the purpose. It's like, oh, he paid Shouter for a verse and Shouter showed some, and Shouter did the verse for him. It don't look like, hey man, you just showed me love because you ain't give me the whole shebang. You ain't say, but I'm gonna give you the feature. Then I'm gonna post it on my page or my story. Then, hey boy, you pull up on me, we gonna sit in the road, Roy, and chop it up and take a picture and post. Like it don't look like it's real love. And artists know this. That's why they'll give you a feature and just give it to you because they know that, hey man, them folks ain't gonna see that and think that you just gave him no love. They're gonna think you paid me.
And on that same line of thinking, Is it possible that there are some artists that charge for the whole shebang and everything could be monetized in a sense?
It is. Majority of them do that. I've paid for verses for people who tried to give them to me just because I didn't want, like, sometimes when people just give you something, they ain't gonna give you the full shebang. And I'd rather just give you a couple bucks for you to give me what I need.
And just to wrap up here, are there any other secrets, any other Easter eggs, hidden facts nobody publicly knows about this body of work?
Um, it's a new producer that I never worked with named Marnie. Man, it's a couple other dope producers from overseas. Marnie is from Morocco, I think. Like, so man, it was just dope working with him. He's a dope producer. Call to the ops, that's my nephew, man. Like, just trying to get him out the streets. So that's like, man, my little nephew, man. So that's the little gems, man. New producer, new sound. Feature is my nephew.
Anything else?
Nah,